Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. Yeah, man. Sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for May the 11th, 2022. Man, oh man, oh man. What a great show, bro. What a show, what a show, what a show, man. This was an awesome show, man. This is a really, really great show. It felt like a pay-per-view, man. It really did. Enjoyed everything on this show. The segments and the matches. The MJF and Wardlow segment. The contract sign, I thought that was really entertaining. I thought it was really funny. Yeah, and also we had the Owen Hart tournament. The Owen Hart tournament began. And so we had Adam Cole and Dax Harwood to start off the show with the Owen Hart Cup. And then we had Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin in the main event. A banger of a main event too, man, to end off the show. And of course we had the women's Owen Hart tournament too with Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm. That was a really great match too. And also, man, we also have a new feud. A new feud it looks like with the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club. So yeah, with Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz by their side. So yeah, that should be really good. The JAS and the Blackpool Combat Club should be really great, man. And all those guys, man, they have history with each other too. Just like what I said before, man, the main event with Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin was a banger of a match, dude. Really crazy match, crazy spots. It was just so crazy, man. But despite the ending of the match, they still killed it. They did a great job, man. For a tournament, bro, it was a banger of a match. Anything goes match. I would have much rather prefer Darby Allin get the win. That's just me. I thought they were going to give Darby the win, but they went with Jeff Hardy. But, yep, that was it with the show, man. Overall, man, awesome show, man. Pun intended, awesome show. And I say this all the time in the intro, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because I'm here each and every single week, man. So, first off, we were live in Long Island, New York. And so our first match of the night was the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. So we finally began the Owen Hart tournament. And so our first match was Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood, who is one half of the AAA Tag Team Champions and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, this is a really fun match. It was nothing but back and forth in this match. Cole, he had sent Dax into the ring post, rib first. And so Cole, he went right after Dax's ribs. And so both of these guys, they were trading German suplexes. And then Dax hit a slingshot powerbomb to Cole, and he kicked out. And then Cole hit the patella drop to Dax. And then we had a super kick to Dax in midair. And then both of these guys, they were trading pinfalls. And then Cole tried to go for the Panama Sunrise, but Dax reversed it. And then Dax hit a power driver, a wicked power driver at that too, man, to Cole. And then Cole had kicked out of that. Dax, he had locked in the sharpshooter to Cole. And so the sharpshooter is actually a move that I learned yesterday, man, at wrestling training. And so, yeah, man. So he locked in the sharpshooter. And Dax, his ribs started to bother him. And so he let go of the hold. Cole had knocked Dax out of the ring. Dax, he almost got counted out. He barely made it back into the ring. And so, yeah, so Cole, he had locked in the sharpshooter to Dax. And so the crowd had booed. And then, to put the cherry on top of the cake, Dax tapped out. He tapped out to the sharpshooter. And so the crowd booed even louder, man. And so that was it with that. Adam Cole wins the match and advances to the next round of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And I was like, man, what a heel move, bro. What a heel move that from Adam Cole, man. A heel move, bro. To beat him with the sharpshooter and to have him tap out too. Ah, I love it, bro. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a vignette of Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy. And so they were the main event of tonight's show.
Darby Allin, tonight is the night. Our worlds collide. Our chemistry embraces one another.
Nobody wants to watch me and Jeff Hardy exchange headlocks. That's not what this is about. This is about getting crazy.
This dude jumped out of.
This is what we live for. He said it best. We're more stuntmen than we are wrestlers.
I've studied you for a while now. I'm sure you've studied me for a long time. The energy is different.
I think people want to see us go to the hospital tonight.
God.
I want to go to the hospital because this is what I live for. I asked Tony Khan one thing. Let's just waive the rules. Just let us be psychotic. Let the people see what this dream match really needs to be about.
And yeah, they made the right decision by making this a no disqualification match. Anything goes. First, man, we had Q. We had Q from the Impractical Jokers. He had showed up in the crowd. The camera had pointed at Q from the Impractical Jokers, and so I marked out for that too. I had marked out for that because I love the Impractical Jokers. I love the show. You know, I watch it all the time. So I marked out when they showed Q. Next match of the night, we had CM Punk versus John Silver. And so Adam Hangman Page, the AEW World Champion, he joined the commentary team. And so yeah, Punk had came out. He was wearing Long Islanders jersey, and he had the colors. He had the Long Islanders colors on his tights and all that. And so the crowd booed him, of course, because the last time they were in Long Island, Punk had heeled it up. You know, he was acting heelish in Long Island. And so yeah, so he was acting heelish tonight. And so yeah, he walked out to the ring with his music. And so he told the sound guy to cut his music. And so Punk, he yelled out, "It's clobbering time." And so he walked out to the ring to no music. The crowd booing was his theme music. And so yeah, so he walked to the ring, crowd booed, and then Silver came out. Silver, a Long Islander, hometown boy of Long Island, New York. And so yeah, Punk took control, and then Silver fought back with kicks. He followed that up with a brain buster to Punk, and then Punk had kicked out. And then John Silver, he hit the tornado DDT to Punk. At first, he lost his footing, but he still ended up hitting the move. And then to end the match, dude, we had CM Punk. He had gave John Silver a buckshot lariat to win the match. So Punk, he was sticking it to Hangman Adam Page because that's his move, the buckshot lariat. And so, yeah, so that pissed Hangman Adam Page off. And so, yeah, so CM Punk wins the match. And so right after the match, Page, he had left the commentary team, and he got in the ring and got in Punk's face.
It's not personal to me. It's just business. I used to wake up every morning and ask myself, are you a good guy? This morning I woke up and I asked myself, are you the champ?
Ooh.
And my answer was yes. Last week you also said you weren't gonna shake my hand, that you were gonna destroy me. Well, I just destroyed your boy. That's a blueprint for what I'm gonna do to you. And whether you like it or not, at the end of the night, double or nothing, you will shake my hand, whether you're conscious or unconscious.
Ooh. Put his hand out, gave him a finger. Oh.
Sunday, May 29th, double or nothing from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Cannot get here soon enough.
Now with this match, I don't know, man. I don't know. What if CM Punk wins the AEW World Championship? What if he does win the match? Oh man. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. What if he does win the championship? Because Page right now, yeah, he has some really great defenses, but as of right now, he's not doing anything with the championship. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I would turn Punk into a heel. I would turn him as a heel. I think he thrives better as a heel. Either way, either role he plays is, you know, he could do well as a babyface and a heel. But Punk, man, he looked like he was enjoying it too, bro. It looked like he was enjoying the heel work tonight. But yeah, it might happen somewhere in the future. But yeah, they just making him a heel right now because of this feud with Hangman Adam Page. But yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Tony Schiavone. He was backstage. He interviews Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, with Jamie Hayter and Rebel.
In the first round of the Owen guys, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, will be taking on the Joker. We don't know who that is, but tonight we know Jamie Hayter takes on Toni Storm.
Right, it only makes sense, right? The code of conspiracy that exists here in All Elite Wrestling, that Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, would have to wrestle a Joker. I don't get to prepare for my opponent. But you know what? Let's not focus on that, because I don't care. I don't care who it is, because I'm going to win. You know who else is going to win? That beautiful female standing next to you. Let me tell you about storms. When storms first come rolling in, they're violent, they're exciting. But then eventually, they pass. Tonight, the storm is over, and there's some Hayter on the forecast.
Oh.
If you two do win, you will face each other in the semifinals.
Let's not think about that now.
Right.
It's fine. We don't need to
And
talk about that, Tony.
if that should happen, it'll be a fair fight, and the better female will win.
Let's go back to the ring.
And so right after that, we had Danhausen. Danhausen versus Tony Nese with Smart Mark Sterling in his corner. So yeah, this was an absolute squash match. This is an absolute squash match. I did not expect a squash match. I was actually expecting a competitive match. But Smart Mark Sterling, he had got on the ring apron to try to distract Danhausen. And then Tony Nese had took him out. And then to end the match, we had Tony Nese hit his finishing move, the running Nese, to Danhausen to win the match. So therefore, Tony Nese wins the match. And so right after the match, Smart Mark Sterling, he told Nese to continue to attack Danhausen. And so Tony Nese had I think 3 or 4 running Neses to Danhausen. And so Hook, his music had played, and Hook had came out to the ring. He chased off Sterling and Tony Nese. And so Hook and Danhausen, they were in the ring. And so Danhausen had put his hand out, and Hook had shook his hand. So they both shook hands. So Hookhausen is now a team. They are definitely getting a T-shirt, man. Hookhausen, I think some fans already made a T-shirt of Hook and Danhausen. The duo, the team up should be really entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, man, right after that we had MJF and Wardlow. The MJF and Wardlow contract signing. First off, Wardlow, once again, he's handcuffed with the security team escorting him to ringside. No music. And yeah, on a graphic, on a Titantron, it said boo Wardlow. So I thought that was really funny, man. It was really funny. And the crowd, of course, they booed Wardlow. And so yeah, and then they played like a vignette of the dark side of the ring. Like for a new season or something like that. Yeah, for a new season. And so it was talking about MJF. And so I thought it was a real thing, like a new season for the dark side of the ring featuring MJF. But yeah, man, it was funny, bro. It was really funny.
Next season on Dark Side of the Ring, in the middle of the most barbaric match in the history of All Elite Wrestling, between AEW's top star MJF and PG Punk? Hold on a second, is this for MJF? I'm not narrating for that asshole after all we've been through. How much is he paying? Okay. AEW's greatest star of all time, the amazing MJF, was well on his way to securing a victory that would feel like an incredible dream soon became his worst nightmare.
My boy MJF, the king of Long Island, you kidding me, bro? He had this thing won. But then, Wardlow did come down and screw it up. He did the unthinkable. Just stop the cat, just stop, please.
Wardlow, you're a bad man. You gave the ring to the wrong guy.
Wardlow starts attacking innocent security guards, and that cost MJF his match against Sean Dean. Taking
Barry Horowitz.
a tough guy like me, Sean Dean is a jobber.
Oh, he don't want to talk.
Wardlow cost MJF yet another match. MJF, out of the kindness of his huge heart, started allowing Wardlow to have TV matches. But that still wasn't good enough for that greedy piggy known as Wardlow. Now, the amazing MJF has decided to sit down with Wardlow to come to an agreement on his contract. And he has decided to do it in the most magical place in the world, Long Island, New York, because his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and he's better than you, and you know it.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny, man. And Jericho, of course, he usually narrates the Dark Side of the Ring, and so yeah, to have him narrate this stuff was really cool, man. And so yeah, but Dark Side of the Ring is supposed to be like sad and all that stuff. But this was actually funny, man. This was actually funny. MJF, his music had played, and of course he was cheered because it was his hometown, Long Island, New York. And he was acting babyface. He was acting like a babyface in his hometown. And he even gave the crowd, he even gave the audience, the fans, a fist bump.
Before we get to that, since I am oh so salt of the earth, I'd like to give you an opportunity to speak to my people here tonight. Now hold on, Long Island. Everybody wait a minute. We have an opportunity right now to show everyone the world over what Long Islanders are all about. So under no circumstances
He winked his eye.
would I ever want each and every single one of you to get up out of your seat whenever Wardlow begins to speak and boo him out of this goddamn arena. I wouldn't want that. Allow me to reiterate for the amazing people in the cheap seats, you're poor, but you're still beautiful. The last thing I want each and every single one of you to do is create the loudest boo in the history of professional wrestling. We got it, Long Island? Okay, Wardlow, the floor is yours.
He didn't even get a chance to speak. That was the thing. He didn't even get a chance to speak.
If you want to wrestle me at Double or Nothing, you're going to get whipped, bud. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take off my belt. I'm going to whip you, but I ain't going to whip you once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5,
What?
not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9. Sean Spears.
Oh, wow. You have a history with that number. In WWE, the 10 gimmick.
How many times am I going to whip Wardlow?
10. Oh, man.
And if you manage to get past that, well, then you're going to have to wrestle Sean Spears in a solid steel cage. I don't know why you're laughing, dipshit. Last time I checked, you're 0-2 in a cage.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you didn't let me finish. This just ain't any cage match, buddy. No, no, no. This cage match is going to have a very special guest referee. And his name is Maxwell Jacob
Friedman. Wardlow, he was going to sign a contract. One of the security members tried to take the handcuffs off of Wardlow. It took the security team, it took one of the security members time to take the handcuff off, and so he eventually took it off. And so Wardlow, he signed a contract.
Thank you very much. All right, put the cuffs back on, Piggy. Let's get him to the back.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Back away.
Uh-oh is right.
That's what I thought. You're a coward, Wardlow. An absolute...
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Oh. Took it about one by one. God dang. God, oh my God. Dang. That was a nice bump that he took. Sean Spears got the chair. Oh. Took out Spears.
And guess who's left?
MJF. He ran away. He grabbed him. Powerbomb 70 and Mark Sterling.
Smart Mark Sterling. I don't trust a guy that's got different colors of hair. He's coming to the aid of MJF. And MJF just leaving his representation.
Just left him in the ring.
And this Wardlow is a stud.
Why doesn't MJF come to the ring to pull his lawyer out here?
Because he's yellow. And Wardlow
Showing Mark Sterling.
looking right in the eyes of
Boom, through the table.
through the table.
Power Bomb Symphony.
Well, the contract has been signed. There are stipulations, but it's been signed for Double or Nothing.
And whether it's a pitched battle or not, it will be Wardlow and MJF. But coming up next, the FTW Championship Match. Ricky Starks looks to defend against Jungle Boy.
And so yeah, so those were the stipulations. So yeah, so Wardlow got to get 10 lashes to the back with a belt next week on AEW Dynamite, similar to what Cody Rhodes did. And yeah, MJF, he did mention Cody Rhodes. He did mention Cody Rhodes in his promo. He called him the American roller coaster. That was funny, man. So yeah, so Wardlow, he's got to get 10 lashes to the back from MJF next week. And that was the first stipulation. That was the first condition. And the second condition, he has to fight in a steel cage match against Shawn Spears. And MJF is the special guest referee in that match. If he get past that, he'll get a match with MJF at Double or Nothing. And so yeah, that was pretty much it with that, man. And you know, as I said, man, this is absolutely funny, man. And yeah, and the fact that MJF, the way that he worked the crowd, dude, was amazing, dude. So right after that, we had a vignette of Samoa Joe, who is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Jay Lethal, Sonjay Dutt with Satnam Singh.
1 week, your ROH television champion will face the Joker in his Owen Hart quarterfinal match. Since I've walked into AEW, all I've been faced with is Jokers.
And I know you're sleeping and you're wishing and you're dreaming and you're praying that maybe Jay Lethal's the Joker. It's not.
Fools and clowns like Sonjay Dutt, like Jay Lethal, like their gargantuan protege.
You're probably thinking and praying, I want to get my hands on that Satnam Singh, 7'4", 1 in a billion, the largest athlete in the world. It's not him, he's not the Joker. But we got one joke for you, Samoa Joe. There's an old adage that we used to say in Punjab, right?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? You remember that?
Yeah.
We used to say,
Your stomach is big, but your brain is small.
Men know this. I will win the Owen Hart tournament. When I'm done, I will come for the both of you and settle things my way.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Samoa Joe ain't playing around, dude. He ain't playing around. But yeah, who is the Joker? I would love to find out, bro. I heard somebody say Kenny Omega. What if it's Kenny Omega, bro? I am missing Kenny Omega. I would love to see him back in AEW. And so right after that, we had the FTW Championship match. And it was Jungle Boy, who is one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus Ricky Starks, absolute Ricky Starks, who is the FTW Champion. And so, yeah, both of these guys, they were filling each other out. Tornado DDT to Starks, and he kicked out. And then Jungle Boy, he had blocked the Rochambeau. And then Jungle Boy had caught Starks with a super kick. And then Starks had speared Jungle Boy, and he kicked out of the spear. And then Jungle Boy, he had locked in the snare trap submission hold to Starks. And Starks had grabbed the rope with his fingertips. And so Starks had got out of the ring. He grabbed the FTW Championship. And then Swerve Strickland had came out. And he tried to stop Starks from trying to cheat. And then the referee saw it. And so the referee had ejected Swerve from ringside. But Swerve, he didn't leave. He didn't want to leave. And so, yeah, that distracted the referee. And so Jungle Boy had rolled up Starks. But there was no referee to count the 1, 2, 3 because the referee was distracted by Swerve Strickland. And so, yeah, to end the match, we had Ricky Starks. He had his finishing move, the Rochambeau, so Jungle Boy to win the match. So, therefore, Ricky Starks wins the match and is still FTW champion. And so, right after the match, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, they came out to go check on Jungle Boy. And so, Swerve, he was still on the stage. He was still on the stage. And so Christian Cage had walked by him, and Christian Cage just bumped into Swerve purposely. And then Keith Lee had came out. Powerhouse Hobbs was out there too. And so yeah, Keith Lee came out. Lee and Swerve, they had a standoff with Starks and Hobbs and the Jurassic Express. And so yeah, so Jungle Boy, so Luchasaurus had left the ring, and then Jungle Boy and Christian Cage, they were left in the ring by themselves. And so yeah, for a second, dude, I thought that we was gonna see a heel turn. I thought we were gonna see a heel turn with Christian Cage. I don't know what it was, but I thought we were gonna get a heel turn from Christian Cage, just the way that he was looking at Jungle Boy. But we didn't get the heel turn. We didn't get it. But yeah, Cage, he had hugged Jungle Boy. He had hugged Jungle Boy, and that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, I was hoping for a heel turn, bro, from Christian Cage. I really was. Man, I would love to see a heel Cage. Would love to see a heel Christian Cage. And so right after that, we had the Jericho Appreciation Victory Speech. And so it was Chris Jericho, the Wizard, Chris Jericho, Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, Daniel Garcia, and Jake Hager. AEW Galaxy.
Welcome to our victory speech.
Well, why is he yelling?
Why is he yelling?
You want to know what really turns me on?
Oh my God.
What makes Danny Magic's nipples hard?
Oh my God, man.
The fact that I get to stand here and be a part of the greatest faction in the world, the Jericho Appreciation Society.
We did exactly what we said we were going to do. We systematically eliminated Santana, Ortiz, and that piece of trash, Eddie Kingston. They are gone. We win, they lose. So just stay at home, boys. Especially you, Kingston, because Jericho 216 says, I just burned your face. And besides, you got to stay home and take care of your wife, man. You got to make sure she feels better. And if she doesn't, just have her give me a call.
Wow.
Because the story stays the same. Every time a pro wrestler steps in the ring with a sports entertainer, the sports entertainer wins every single time.
John Moxley, his music had played. And so, yeah, when his music had played, I was like, oh, snap. We're about to get a Blackpool Combat Club and Jericho Appreciation Society feud. So, yeah, Moxley came out, and then Bryan's music had played. Bryan, Yuta, and Regal had came out. And so, yeah, they were still outnumbered by the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz had showed up. And they were standing behind. They were standing behind the Jericho Appreciation Society. And so, yeah, Eddie Kingston, he had a burnt face. Like, the side of his face was red. I think, it was the left side of his face. It was red and all that stuff. And so, yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, they fought off the Jericho Appreciation Society. And William Regal had gave Jericho a left hook. So this is the first time that Regal got physical. You know, besides him slapping Bryan, Moxley, and Yuta. But this is his first time getting physical. And so, yeah, so he gotten physical with Jericho. And, yeah, man, that was it, man. This is some great stuff, man. But, yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society, Jericho and Moxley, of course, have history in WWE and in AEW. And Moxley took the championship. Moxley took the AEW World Championship away from Jericho. Bryan and Jericho, they fought a couple of times in WWE. But Daniel Garcia and 2.0 and Moxley and Kingston, yeah, they all have history with each other. But yeah, man, I cannot wait to see what's next with these guys, man. The JAS, how they gonna pull it off though? Because it was a 6-on-5. It was a 6-on-5. It was the Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. That was a 6-on-5. And Jericho Appreciation Society only have 5 people. So yeah, they might end up taking out somebody on the babyface side, because they're not gonna add anybody else to the Jericho Appreciation Society. So they might end up taking out somebody from the babyface side so they can even this out. But yeah, that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, we had a vignette of Thunder Rosa, who is the AEW Women's World Champion, and Serena Deeb. So we had a promotion of the match that's going to happen at Double or Nothing.
If you want somebody that can outthink you, that would be Serena. Serena Deeb is very cerebral.
Serena decided to kind of take matters into her own hand dastardly.
God.
People took notice.
This is a woman who will do whatever it takes to win.
We are seeing a completely different side out of Serena.
As much as I know
Toni
how
Schiavone.
good a competitor Serena Deeb is, I don't think there's any way to beat Thunder Rosa right now.
I am her mentor and coach, and I'm pulling for her 110%.
I think Thunder Rosa is more physical than Serena.
Ability to push herself.
She's a favorite going to this championship match.
She is our champion.
I'm going to predict that Thunder Rosa is going to come out of Double or Nothing still the AEW Women's World Champion.
No, I'm going to have to give it to Serena Deeb. I think she needs to win the championship over Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa, she's not doing anything with the championship. That's just me. She's not doing anything with the championship. She's not. But yeah, I'll give it to Serena Deeb. And so right after that, we had the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And so for the women's side, so it's Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm. And so yeah, this is a really good match, dude. And so yeah, so Hayter, she literally kicked Toni Storm out of the ring, dude. She literally kicked her out of the ring with a Spartan kick. That's what it looked like, a Spartan kick. And so both of these ladies, they were going back and forth with chops and strikes. Toni Storm started to fight back. She had a hip attack to Hayter, followed up by the Tornado DDT in the ring and outside of the ring onto the floor. And so we had a diving crossbody to Hayter. She kicked out. And then Hayter hit an Irish Curse backbreaker to Storm, which looked painful, dude. And so, yeah, Toni Storm, she had German suplexed Hayter. And then we had a Uranage to Storm on the ring apron. And then the superplex to Storm. And so both of these ladies are going back and forth with pinfalls or roll-ups. Toni Storm had rolled up Hayter, I think, like multiple times. To end the match, we had Toni Storm. She had a finishing move, the Storm Zero, to Hayter to win the match. So therefore, Toni Storm wins the match and will go on to the next round of the Owen Hart tournament. And that was pretty much it, man. Pretty much it with that. And so right after that, we had a vignette of Scorpio Sky, who is the TNT champion.
I'm going to make everyone put respect on my name and the TNT Championship. Now, Friday night on Rampage, I am facing someone that is a brother, a tag team partner, someone I've traveled the entire globe with many times over. Frankie Kazarian. And it will be friendly fire. But the TNT Championship's on the line, so best believe it will be hot as hell. But as I always say, there can only be one face of TNT. And Friday night on Rampage, you're looking at
him.
Frankie, I see you there.
Frankie Kazarian, you have a big TNT Championship title match coming
So the
up
interview,
this Friday
Lexi Nair,
on Rampage against your former tag team partner, Scorpio Sky. How are you feeling?
I'll have a lot of thoughts, Lexi. First and foremost, good.
Save that, Frankie.
Sammy.
I got some thoughts for you.
Time.
I know you have a lot of history with Scorpio Sky. But I'm here to tell you, that man that you knew is not the man you're facing on Friday. That man's dead. He's gonna stab you in the back. You can't trust him.
Trust? Wait, a lecture on trust from the likes of you guys.
Wow.
I've been around a long time. I know who I can trust and who I can't. More importantly, I trust myself, and ultimately, that's all I need. Okay, so go be unlikable somewhere else. Okay.
Well, I hope you're right. See you later.
Ooh.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah. Hey, your vlog sucks.
Back to you guys.
And he told that dude to be. He told him to be unlikable somewhere else. But yeah, that was it with that, man. And so yeah, before we get into the main event, bro, let's talk about next week's show. Let's talk about Rampage. And let's talk about next week's show. AEW Rampage, we have the Owen Hart tournament for the women. It's gonna be Riho versus Ruby Soho on AEW Rampage. And also on AEW Rampage, we'll hear from the TBS champion Jade Cargill and the baddies. So that's Red Velvet and Kiera Hogan. And also we have a TNT Championship match on AEW Rampage. TNT champion Scorpio Sky versus Frankie Kazarian. And also, just like last week, Rampage has a special start time, 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern time. Last time I missed AEW Rampage. I missed it last time. Like I took a nap that day. I missed the entire show. But I did hear what happened on the show. Scorpio Sky had told, he was in an interview and he said the days of the TNT Championship being passed around like Ty Conti backstage are over. That was funny, man. But yeah, TNT Championship match, Scorpio Sky versus Frankie Kazarian. And then we have a trios match on AEW Rampage, the Death Triangle. So that's Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Scuro with Alex Abrahantes in that corner versus the AFO. So the Butcher, the Blade, and Mark Quinn. And also on AEW Rampage, we have Shawn Spears versus Bear Boulder. And that's it with Rampage. Now, the Double or Nothing card, we have a few matches announced. AEW World Championship, of course. Hangman Adam Page, AEW World Champion versus CM Punk in the main event. And also, we have Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's World Championship. Thunder Rosa, the AEW Women's World Champion, versus Serena Deeb. And also, we have the buy-in at Double or Nothing. We have Hook and Danhausen. Hookhausen versus Toni Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. And on the buy-in, a Double or Nothing. And so that's it with Rampage and Double or Nothing. Now for AEW Dynamite for next week, we have the Jericho and Regal face-to-face confrontation. So yeah, bro, that should be good with the JAS and Jericho's corner, and the Blackpool Combat Club, and Santana and Ortiz and Eddie Kingston in Regal's corner. So yeah, that should be really good, man. Like the mic, them going back and forth on the mic, Regal and Jericho. That should be really great. And also on AEW Dynamite next week, we have the Owen Hart tournament for the men also. So that's Kyle O'Reilly versus Rey Fenix on AEW Dynamite in the Owen Hart tournament. And also on AEW Dynamite, we have the women's Owen Hart tournament. So it's gonna be Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus the Joker. Now who the Joker is for the women, I don't know. I'm gonna just throw a guess out there. Maybe Ember Moon or Athena. I think that's her new name, Athena. Maybe Ember Moon. But yeah, it could literally be anybody, bro. It could literally be anybody. And then also on next week's AEW Dynamite, we have Samoa Joe versus the Joker in the Owen Hart tournament. And yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Maybe it's Kenny Omega. But yeah, and also on AEW Dynamite, we have Hangman Adam Page versus Konosuke Takeshita. And CM Punk is on commentary for that match. And also on AEW Dynamite, we have... So yeah, they calling it AEW Dynamite Wildcard Wednesday. So that's the show for next week. The tagline for the show next week. So Wardlow will take his 10 lashes next week on AEW Dynamite. So that's next week. Now the main event. The main event was the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. And it was Jeff Hardy with Matt Hardy in his corner versus Darby Allin with Sting in his corner. So that this is an anything goes dream match. Definitely a dream match. Darby had an explosive tope suicida to Jeff Hardy. And then Darby, he had brought out chairs. He had set the chairs up. And yeah, those chairs were used later. So they were fighting outside the ring. Hardy had sent Darby into the steel steps. And then Hardy hit a twist of fate to Darby on the ropes. And then Hardy brought out a huge ladder, man. He brought out a huge ladder, a tall ladder. And so Darby, he had knocked Jeff off of the ladder, groin first on the top rope, bro. Ugh. That gotta hurt, bro. And then, yeah, man, this is the spot of the match, man. This is the spot of the night. So yeah, so Darby was on the top of the ladder. Or he was on the side of the ladder. He hit a swanton bomb on Jeff Hardy. The ladder was set up in the ring, dude. It was set up in the ring. He jumped off the ladder that was in the ring, and he jumped out of the ring, gave Hardy a swanton bomb through those chairs, bro. And that was a crazy spot, dude. That was a crazy spot. And then at one point, Jeff, he had dodged a coffin drop, and the Darby, he had crashed and burned on that ring apron. So yeah, another that had to hurt too, man. So yeah, Darby, he had dodged a swanton bomb. Hardy crashed onto the side of the steel steps, so that had to hurt too. Yeah, to end the match, we had Darby Allin hit his finishing move, the coffin drop to Darby, and Hardy kicked out, and he rolled up Darby to win the match. The coffin drop should have took him out, man. But yeah, Jeff Hardy wins the match and will go on to the next round of the Owen Hart tournament to face Adam Cole, baby. And so yeah, that was it with that, man. Great match, dude. It really was. It was a great match, a banger of a match. I was shocked. Honestly, I was shocked, dude, that Hardy won the match, dude. I was really shocked. I thought they were gonna give it to Darby Allin, but they didn't. It's just how it ended, bro. Like, Darby hit the coffin drop. Hardy kicked out and then just rolled up Darby Allin. Like, that like, it didn't make any sense. A finishing move was supposed to take you out. And he recovered from it really quickly. But yeah, that's the one thing I didn't like about it. That's the one thing I didn't like about it. But yeah, the way that he kicked out of his finishing move and just rolled them up like that, when a finishing move is supposed to take you out. But yeah, I would have much rather preferred Darby Allin get the win, so that way we get. Yeah, Jeff Hardy versus Adam Cole would be a great match too, but I was expecting Darby versus Adam Cole. That's what I was expecting. But yeah, that was it, man. And right after that, right after the match, the Undisputed Elite, they came out and they were on the stage and they stared down the Hardys. And so that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it with the show. That was it with the main event, and that was it with the show. Overall, man, really great show. Awesome show. Pun intended, awesome show. And so yeah, it really did feel like a pay-per-view, dude. It really did. And they setting us up for a pay-per-view, and this show felt like a pay-per-view. And so yeah, man, this show was really entertaining, man. Very fun and entertaining. Very great matches, man. Great segments. And the main event, bro. Crazy match, dude. Crazy match. And we started the Owen Hart tournament. Finally, we start the Owen Hart tournament. And Double or Nothing is happening. You know, Double or Nothing is happening on the 29th. So the finals will be taking place on Double or Nothing for the men and the women. If you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching D. Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video will come out, because I'm here each and every single week. And if you missed last week's review of AEW Dynamite, the video is going to be right up here in this corner, and the link to that video will be down below in the description, so make sure you click it if you missed it. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys. I'm probably not going to see you guys on Friday, man. I'm probably not going to do anything on Friday for AEW Rampage, because it's going to be starting way too early, man. It's going to be starting way too early, and I usually take a nap. I take a nap every day of my life. Every day of my life. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I take naps. And so yeah, and they are long naps too, man. Long naps, cause the job that I do, man, it is so freaking tiresome, dude. It really is. And so that's why I sleep during the day sometimes. Most of the times I sleep during the day. Once again, guys, thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And if you missed anything, just like what I said, everything is on the home page. The last video that we did was Impact Wrestling Under Siege and WrestleMania Backlash 2022. That was the latest video that was out. So if you missed that, that's also on the home page as well. And yeah, man, and this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.